Hi everybody, this is Susie. I have my craft room I want to show you guys. I am super sorry. I know it's been a long time since I've been on. I was sick for several weeks during December, and then we completely moved my craft room from one room to another room, and so everything is finally put together, and I am excited to show you. And sorry about my kitty cat. I'm sure you can hear him back here meowing. He thinks he needs a treat, but he'll be okay for a minute. Anyway, so this is my front desk. Sorry about the little mews there. Anyway, so I pretty much have it set up very much like I used to. Over here I have my die cutting machine, and then I have another die cutting machine behind that one. And then right here in front I used to have my ink pads, and now they're over here. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cabinets I have underneath my desk, and so this one is a hot mess, you guys. I have a lot of work to do in here. So this is primarily, can you see up in there? Yeah, just stand up. All my stamp sets, and as you see, I have a ton of organization to do here. But they were fine where they were. Anyways, once I get this all done, I'll do a little recap video and show you guys what they look like when they're done. And then down in the very bottom drawer, this is all of my craft books. And it looks like one of my stamp sets kind of snuck or fell down in there. Anyway, so that's all my craft books. And then over here, might as well just stay standing. So over here, this is primarily like from here to here, all my Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And then I've got some other types of cardstock here. And then this is all my stencils in here. And then I've got some handmade mulberry paper down here. And then way over here on this side, there's some Recollections cardstock in here. And a few other different brands that I've picked up over the last several years. Red rubber stamps that I've taken off the blocks that, honestly, guys, I really wish I never would have done that. Not one of my smartest things that I've done, but I did that a long time ago before I realized that I probably should not have done that. Anyway, and that's what's in that one. And I'm gonna come over here and show you better, more close-up of the ink pads. So I have them in the same case that I used to, and then I've got my Stampin' Up! Markers there, and pretty much these are all at least the ones on the top anyway, are all of the new colors, or the current colors with Stampin' Up! And then I've got my Distress Oxides and several other different brands of ink pads. And then coming over here, this is my daughter's workstation, and if you can see, I have the Tim Holtz glass media mat over here instead of in my work area, and I absolutely love this mat for doing mixed media, but general all-purpose crafting, I find myself really concerned about breaking it. So that's why it's over here. And then I've got my my markers over here. These are all alcohol-based markers. And then hanging off over here, I've got some more alcohol markers, and then there's a bagging there that's got some other sorry, I can't think, my gel pens in there. And these are some of the paintings that my daughter has done over the last several years. They have not made it up on the wall yet. There's still some things that we're doing. Down here underneath the cabinet, I've got totes that have tape in them and different kinds of glue and paint, and then just some all-purpose crafting supplies, different things in there. I won't bore you with pretty much my junk drawers, I guess. And then over here, up on top, I've got my my retired Stampin' Up! Ink pads, and then in this cubby, I've got my tools, like my and a lot of them are the We Are Memory Keepers tools. And there's a couple of Crafters Companion boards there, and extra trimmers and stuff like that. And then in here, this opens up. This used to be a cabinet for a TV, and I've used it for craft stuff. So I have different totes there. Some's got flowers and stickers and rub-ons and all kinds of stuff like that. And then down in the bottom here, can you come over this way? I don't have anything in that one. So in this drawer, I've got some of my dies that don't have cases, and I've also got my Stampin' Up! Stamp positioning tool. I'm drawing a blank, sorry guys. And then down in the bottom, I've got chipboard. And then we're gonna come on over here, and this metal shelf here, this shelf has lots of stuff in it. So I've got just basically extra stuff that I don't need right now up there. And then this one here, I have some 12 by 12 cardstock. I've got my die cutting plates there. And then over here in the bags, that's my 12 by 12 Stampin' Up! Paper. And then down here, these two have ribbon and lace in them. And then this one has, as you can see, it's all kinds of odds and ends, different embellishment stuff. And then this one is pretty much all like the little crystally self-adhesive crystals and pearls and things like that in there. And then this one, oh, I can get the drawer open. This one has sequins, and then these I get at the dollar store, and this is it's bling. I can't remember what it's called, diamond wrap. And I've got different ones of that, and I've also got some of the crystals on the metal pieces. I cannot remember what those are called. Anywho's it. And then, okay, so this drawer has like the 6x6 or smaller paper pads, and I've also got some oh goodness, different embellishment type stuff in here. Like this is burlap, and then I've got some gold leaf or metal leaf, I guess, And then I've also got in here cut down to 6x6 some Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper in here. And then this one has Stampin' Up! Ribbons and twines in here. And then this one is Stampin' Up! Embellishments that I have, and there's lots of different stuff in here. Some of it's current, some of it's retired. And then I've also got some Stampin' Up! Sequence and lots of little stuff like that. But like I said, some of it's retired. Actually, a lot of it is retired. And then down here, this is primarily twine. I've got a few odds and ends in here that really don't belong in here. But these are my bigger rolls of the baker's twine. And I've also got some jute in here and some pretty strings and stuff like that. And then I've got some different embellishments in here, and then this one is, this has got all pretty strings in it. And none of these are Stampin' Up! Ones, but I've had these for a long time, and I got them in a big lot of stuff that I got at a secondhand store a long time ago, and I honestly didn't know what they were supposed to be used for, but I then discovered that they work really well on cards. Okay, and then I've got some 8x10 stretched canvases here, and then this one has, let me move in a little tiny bit here. So, I need to figure out a different system for these, but this one has all my embossing folders and plates in it, and then the bigger one behind that has all my dies in it. And most of the dies that are in there are ones that I got from China, but I have a ton of them, and so I really need to figure out a different system for those because it's really not working. And then just storage of different things down in here. So this cabinet has all my punches, and I'll just open the drawer and show you each drawer. And I got these two cabinets are new, I got for Christmas, and they're actually two cabinets that were screwed and mounted together. When I got them, the intention was to put my punches in one of these and other supplies in the other one. And then once I got putting all the punches in here, I realized that there's literally nothing else that's going to fit in these. And then that one, and I don't know if I did, oh yeah, I did that one. And then this one, and then I'll let Kenny open the bottom one. And then the bottom one. And then up here I've got the bigger ones that did not fit in the drawers. When I bought them, in the description it said that the drawers were 3.5 inches deep, but it did not say that there was, you know, an inch taken off of each of the drawers anyways. I was a little bit upset about that when I got them, but overall I really like them. And then over here is dies primarily. So I've got some of my Biggs dies, or all of them that have the cases with them I've got hanging up over on this side, and then And then there's spellbinders, dies there, and I tried to do it so that the brands were kind of in the same on the same hook, or the same style of die on the same hook, but pretty much that's all of my dies that are brand name, other than the ones I have in my big container over there that I just showed you guys. And then okay, so up here I have these are primarily scenes. Well, all of these in this bag here are scene stamps for doing like scene building. There's quite a few of them that are Stampscape stamps, and these two stamps here are two that I just got recently, and I absolutely love these. Super cool. And these ones, the brand is Embossing Art Company. I honestly have never heard of this company before, but I picked these up on eBay, and I just loved them. Okay, so up here I've got some more different ink pads. A lot of them that are in here are the Adirondack. I can't even pronounce that correctly. And then in here is primarily the wheel stamps. Mostly, I believe most of them in there are Stampin' Up. There's a few other brands in there as well, but I believe that most of them are Stampin' Up. And then these are woodblock scene building stamps. Some are Stampin' Up, some are Stampscape, some are Inkadingadoo, and I believe these ones are Inkadingadoo also. Yes, they are. These ones are really cool. And like I said, these are scene building stamps. And if you guys have not seen the Stampscapes stamp company, I highly recommend that you check it out. I don't remember the guy's name that owns the company, but the stamps are amazing. You can find them on eBay also, buying used ones, but honestly, if you go to the website, you can get them a lot cheaper than you can buying them used on eBay. It doesn't seem like it would be that way, but it really is, because you can purchase an entire set that is, I believe, an 8x10. I could be wrong on that size on some of them, but and it's just a solid sheet of red rubber, and then you can either leave them off, you know, not without the foam or whatever, or you can purchase the foam sheet and cut them and mount them yourself. And you can get an entire set of the stamps for like $18. Or they also sell them already on the cling foam, and they also sell them wood mount. But the stamps are really awesome. And then over here I've got some more odds and ends of different woodblock stamps and stuff like that. Oh, up here, these are ink blending tools, and then this case here holds my, oh goodness, my Memento mini inks, and then my distressing. And then in here are just random woodblock stamps that I have. A lot of them are bigger ones that I've got. I mean, obviously there's other ones in here as well, but I literally have them like 3 high. And then in here is all Stampin' Up! Ink pads, and primarily they're all the newer ones when they put them in this type of case, and then the woodblock ones in this type of case. And they're not all of these are retired, but most of them are. And then in here are primarily the older Stampin' Up! Ink pad or stamp sets. Sorry, there are a few random different ones in here, but most of these are the older Stampin' Up! Woodblock sets. And then again, same thing down here. There are a few random different brands in here, but primarily Stampin' Up! And then down in the very bottom one, same thing. Like I said, primarily Stampin' Up! There are a few other brands in there also. And then in this cabinet here, well, up here I've got my extra mediums and stuff that didn't fit in the drawer. This is a little blending kit that I got for when you have paint that's kind of gotten clunky, like cottage cheese in a way, but just solid. If you blend them really well, they will go back to how they were when you bought them. A really cool tip that I had found on YouTube several weeks ago, and actually felt really awful because I chucked a bunch of paint that I could have salvaged. Anyways, so that's why I got that. And then, like I said, just different mediums that didn't fit in the drawer. In here I have just random tools and stuff like that in here, and I've also got some E6000 and things in here also. This one is paint brushes and ink blending tools. All of it is that. And then this one is primarily Stampin' Up! Products like embossing powders and glitters and things like that. And then I've also got several of these, and these are the Brusho. That's a powdered ink. You can get a set of these through Stampin' Up! But I just bought mine individually on eBay. I actually found a really good deal on them there, and that's when I got those. This drawer, I pull it out really carefully. This drawer is, back here I have alcohol inks, and then I've got the Luminaire metallic ink or paint. These are paints. And then these are all my Stampin' Up! Refills. And then I've got some other refill brands over here as well. And this drawer is a mix, and I have my my Nouveaux, and I've got some watercolor paints and some chalk pastels and my distress crayons, sorry. And then this is a newer, not brand new, but newer product by Nouveau, and this is a powdered paint. And then I've got some enamel and some stickles, different colors. Okay, and this one is all my sprays. My paint sprays and my glitter sprays and stuff like that. I do have a couple things, like this is the alcohol blending solution, and I've got some paint thinner and like that, but primarily glimmer mists and different sprays like that for mixed media. And then in here I've got my Gilder's paste and stuff like that, and then I've also got these are stencil paste, and there's glittery ones and iridescent ones in here. A lot of glitter, different glitter ones. And then these are pastes as well, and this one is a pure white by Brie Reese. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This one, is that one the... Nope. This one. This is so cool, you guys. This is a matte metallic, and it's textured. So, and it is a lot of texture. Actually, that one's a new one. Let me grab the already open one. Oh, and back here, this is the Nouveau expanding mousse, and it is so cool, you guys. I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but this is awesome. And this goes on real thick and kind of chunky as well, but you heat it with your heat embossing tool and it expands. It literally puffs up. It is so cool, and it stays that way. And I believe this is the one I've got open. Oh, you know what? The other one I got was open. Anyways, this is like, it's got like sand in it or something like that. And it's really cool. There we go. I don't know if you can see the, like the sand crystals in there. It's really cool when it's dry. It does take a little while for it to dry completely, but I really like it. The outcome is really cool. Okay. Let me scoot back some. Alright, so this one has stencil paste also, and some gesso and different Liquitex basics in here. And then I've got a couple of these ink pads that are permanent. Excuse me. And then these are, well, I'll grab a colored one. These are glitter pastes that I made myself using the Stampin' Up! Colors. And if you guys are interested, I can show you how I made these. They are gorgeous. They turned out so nice. Okay, and now I'm going to have Kenny help me get the bottom drawers. This is all glitter of different brands. Tons of glitter. And this one is different. These are watercolor pan sets. And then I've got some metallic pencils and different paints, watercolor paints and stuff like that in there. And then the bottom one is, so there's a pink tote in here, and it's got watercolor paints in it in the tube. They're just watercolor tube paints. And then some pans and some stencil paint. Alright, now we're going to pan over here. And I've got my tools and different things up on top that look like a hot mess, but they actually are organized. This is all primarily jewelry supplies, so these are all jewelry tools in this drawer. Same thing, jewelry tools. This is not jewelry tools, but tools. And that is primarily sewing stuff and a mix of, just a mix of different things. This is also a mix of different tools in here. And again, this is a mix of different stuff. This one is jewelry, stretchy cord and wire and things like that. This is jewelry supplies, all different types in here for making jewelry. And again, more jewelry supplies in here, and it looks like a hot mess too. But and then down here, let me move back some. This is all clay tools for making clay stuff. This is leather and cording for jewelry. And then the bottom one is all glue sticks. And then I'm going to back up and let Kenny show you the drawers. This drawer unit right here is all jewelry supplies. And that chair there, Kenny, is going to get in the way of opening. And I've got it all organized in different totes. But literally the entire cabinet is my jewelry supplies. Okay, I totally forgot to show you guys this. So this has all my current Stampin' Up sets in there. And the some dies, and then the embossing folders. And then this one here again is more stamp sets and matching dies and embossing folders from Stampin' Up. And then the bottom one is literally a catch-all right now. But that is my room, you guys. I hope you like it, and I'll be getting another video up soon for you guys and get a tutorial going. Let me know if you guys are interested in me showing you how I made my my glitter paste. And real quick, let me show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys real quick what the glitter paste turned out like. So this is two of the colors, and this is the Coastal Cabana color that I did, and it turned out beautiful. And then I did this one here, and that one is Mint Macaron. That one is Lovely Lipstick, and this one is Blackberry Bliss. But oh my gosh, you guys, they just turned out beautiful. And this one is just clear. And then this one is Lemon Lime Twist. And anyway, that's just a few of the colors that I did. Anyway, let me know if you guys are interested in seeing how I made that. I would love to share with you. Anyhow, so I hope you guys have an awesome crafty day, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.